Hi, Bruce from Safiery. We're going to do a walkthrough on this pack that we put in the back of the Silverado 2500. And there's three elements to it. There's this case here, and this case here is 1150 long. It's just under 600 wide. You get change out of that, and under 500 high. It's a Pelican case, and then we've got the two swing cases either side. We're going to come back and look at those. In the Pelican case here in the bottom are four 200 amp hour, that's at 12 volt batteries, and there's a square cut in the board here so that you can put your hand in there and turn the batteries on and off and inspect the indicating run lights. So you can just see through there the indicating run lights. And this board that sits on the top here has straps so it can be lifted out. Now you've got to do some disconnects to lift it out, but the idea is you've got to disconnect some items on the fuse here, and then the board can be swung out from a maintenance point of view or get access to the batteries. 5000 watt inverter charger here, quite a powerful charger, so that's 70 amps there at 48 volts, so that's 3.5, so that will charge these batteries below here very, very quickly. The battery's below 9,600 watt hours, so you can calculate how fast it is. We've got a Scotty in here, which is doing the alternator charging. In this pack, we're coming in with twin 50s from the alternator, and we're using amphenol connectors at the back that we'll show in a minute. And it's coming into this mega fuse block here. So we've got 12 volts coming in here, and then we've got 12 volts going back out here for the 12 volt distribution because Scotty's bi-directional. So when the vehicle's not running, the power is running back in reverse. So the 12 volt distribution system is live and running all the time, either from the alternator or from Scotty running from the high side 48 to the 12 volt side. This side here is 48 volt. And so we've got coming in here the batteries through the isolator, and then we've got Scotty coming in, and then we've got the inverter coming in. Very short runs, all mega fused in there on how we're running. This is our control switch for Scotty. It's just turning it on and off. We'll turn this on. There's an indicator light on here. And then the Smart Battery Protect here on the 12 volt side protects the 12 volt pin here from going low. The Smart Shunt here is purely to read the 12 volt values, so we've got both 12 and 48 coming in here. It means that in the cloud, when we're looking at it in the remote management pack, we can see the 12 volt side as well as the 48 volt side. This little Wago block here is for the temperature control of the fans, and the fans are at the back. I don't know whether you can hear them running. So we have dual fans in there sucking out, and at this end dual fans pushing in. And we've got dual chips in here on which is a temperature automatic temperature switch, and it's built into a chip that's capable of up to 3 amps. So it actually closes within the FET device at temperature, and that's set at 40 degrees C, and turn the fans on and off. The solar controller here is a 150-35 capable of twin 250 watt blankets that can come in, and those blankets can come in on the 12 volt or 48 volt side. In this case we're bringing them in on the 12 volt side because we can't get the high VOC, and that comes in and goes through Scotty here on the 12 to 48 volt charging. But the turbo, this is our 4G pack, and then the antenna for the 4G is nicely placed at the end here, so that's fixed. That's 50 mil diameter, 50 mil long, and that's wound to match the Australian band 28 700. 3 bands I've got in there. Now it's good to look at the feet at the bottom here. So these are anchored in, they're adjustable. There's a little bits of rubber underneath here, and that's to stop the case from moving around. So that's the case. When the lid closes, it seals on the rubber here, and it's lockable here, so you can actually seal and lock it. Now let's look at the 12 volt side here. So this swing case, which is sitting on the driver's side, we've got the solar breaker in here, and then we've got some fused outlets here with these Wago fuses here for plugging into the USBs that we've got here, and this is an Anderson plug for the fridge. The solar input here, we've got doubles here, and by using this pinned joiner here, if that's in a single blanket here, we'll run through. A double blanket, this comes out, it goes in, and then it's running in series. And by running it in series, then we're running at a higher VOC, and that's why we've got the 150, because the blankets we sell are 72 VOC per blanket. And then the other cables are just inside here. So it is possible to put a compressor in here, a little bit of juggling around here to get the compressor in, but we have installed these with the ARB dual compressor. This is fully glanded at the back, so if we just have a look at the back here, very nicely glanded, all finished. This drops down. There's a tray that goes in the top here, so that tray can go on there, and then this nicely drops down. It's lockable, and then that's your 12-volt pack. Now on the and then we've got the screen here on the passenger side, and we've got a 15 amp inlet, a double pole 10 amp IP65 outlet, and we're adding in down here a 15 amp outlet for the towed caravan. Now if we open this up inside here, we've got the RCBOs down the bottom here. We're adding one more in here, and then this screen here is the HDMI. So the only thing in here is the 240 and the sealed HDMI cable. It doesn't unplug, it's fixed in there, so there's no impact on the 240 volt cabling. All the glanding is at the back here that you can see, very nicely glanded, and swing case, and this is also comes down and can be lockable, so there's no access in here. Now let's have a look at the back of the case, and you can see here the two amphenol connectors. That's for the alternator coming in. There's our glanding at the back here for the 240, very professionally done, and coming in here, and this is our HDMI gland in the black. There's the two inlet fans, there's the two outlet fans, there's the black amphenol connector up there and the 12 volt outlet. These batteries here are just wired up for the testing of Scotty that we had here in the back. So that wraps up the case. It's also available in a black half size, 3000 watt, 2 batteries, which is suitable for a Jeep or any four-wheel drive that wants less power, cuts down to half the size. We've got a great video on that. We can use the swing cases with it, or we can actually have the screens coming out of the case, lifting out of the case. How good's that?